Girlfriend's parents decide to visit to avoid the storm. In their state, demand to use my car and get master suite instead of the guest room. My girlfriend and I have been dating for almost 2.5 years now, and honestly, her parents have never warmed up to me, not even a little. They're from somewhere in the Midwest, and they've made it crystal clear that they think California is basically the worst place on earth. Los Angeles? Don't even get them started. According to them, it's nothing but crime, homelessness, and liberals as far as the eye can see. So imagine my surprise when they called last week saying a massive snowstorm was heading their way, and they'd decided to fly out and stay with us. You know, at my house. The one in the cesspool they love to trash every chance they get. Apparently, being near the ocean during winter sounded pretty good when 3 feet of snow was the alternative. I came home from work on Friday, completely exhausted, looking forward to relaxing in my own space. I walk into my bedroom, and there they are, her parents, fully sprawled out in my bed, napping like they own the place. I stood there for a moment, genuinely confused. My girlfriend was in the living room and just shrugged when I looked at her, like this was somehow normal. I woke them up and politely but firmly told them they'd be staying in the guest room. You'd think I just told them to sleep in the garage. Her mom got this pinched look on her face and muttered something about California hospitality while her dad grumbled about his back needing a firmer mattress. The guest room has a perfectly good queen bed with a memory foam topper. By the way, they moved their stuff, but the vibe was already sour. That evening, I took everyone out to this great local Mexican restaurant I love. It's authentic, family-owned, the kind of place where everything is made from scratch. I thought it would be a nice gesture. Wrong. Her parents spent the entire meal complaining. The salsa was too spicy, the portions were too small. Her dad actually said, and I quote, "We should have just gone to Taco Bell. At least we know what we're getting there." Her mom nodded in agreement and mentioned that Chipotle has better quality control. I just stopped listening after that. My girlfriend tried to smooth things over, but I was done. I paid the bill, drove everyone home in silence, and went to bed early. Saturday morning, I woke up hoping for some peace. I made coffee, sat down with my laptop to catch up on some emails, and that's when her dad approached me. He had this look on his face like he was about to ask me for a huge favor. "Hey, we want to borrow your car today to do some sightseeing on our own." I looked up. Sure. I can probably arrange a rental for you guys. I get corporate rates through work. It's pretty affordable. He shook his head. No, we want to take your car. Now, I drive a heavily modified Ford Focus RS. It's my baby. I've put a ton of work and money into it. It's pushing close to 500 horsepower, has a short throw shifter, upgraded suspension, the works. It's also a manual transmission. Her dad hasn't driven stick in probably 30 years, and her mom never has. I don't think that's a good idea, I said carefully. It's a manual, and it's got a lot of power. It's not really a casual car, but like I said, I can get you a rental, no problem. Her mom chimed in from the kitchen. We don't want a rental. We want to drive something fun, something classic. And then her dad dropped the bomb. Actually, we were hoping to take the GTO. I actually laughed. I couldn't help it. My 1967 Pontiac GTO convertible, the car I've restored over the last 4 years, the car I take to exactly 2 shows a year and drive maybe once a month on perfect weather days, the car that's worth more than most people's houses. Absolutely not, I said flatly. Come on, her dad pressed. It's been our dream to drive a classic convertible up the Pacific Coast Highway. We flew all the way out here. I reminded him that huge sections of PCH are currently closed due to the wildfires and mudslides. You can't even get a decent scenic drive until you're well past Malibu, and even then it's not what it used to be. Plus, the GTO doesn't have modern safety features. The brakes are touchy, and it requires someone who actually knows how to handle a classic muscle car. They were not happy. Her dad called me selfish, and her mom said something about how young people today don't understand family. I held my ground, went online, and booked them a perfectly nice Toyota Camry from Enterprise. They took it, but they pouted the entire time. The next few days were brutal. They criticized everything. My furniture was too modern. My kitchen was too small. They didn't like my neighborhood, my job, the weather, the traffic, the food. Literally everything. Her mom kept making passive-aggressive comments about how my girlfriend deserves better and how back home, men take care of their women properly. On day 4, I came home to find her dad had rearranged my garage. He said he was trying to make space and had moved around my tools, my parts, even unplugged my battery tender from the GTO. I lost it. I didn't yell, but I made it very clear that he was not to touch my things again. Wednesday night, things came to a head. Her parents sat us down and said they'd been thinking about our future. They proceeded to tell my girlfriend that she should move back home with them, that I clearly wasn't serious about her since I hadn't proposed yet, and that California was no place to raise a family. They looked at me like I was some sort of failure. My girlfriend, to her credit, finally spoke up. She told them that she loved them, but that this was her life, her choice, and that they needed to respect her decisions and respect me. Her mom teared up and played the victim, saying they were only trying to help. The last few days were tense but quieter. They stopped asking for things and mostly kept to themselves, going out in the rental car during the day and eating takeout in the guest room at night. When I finally dropped them off at Los Angeles airport on Sunday morning, her dad shook my hand limply and her mom gave my girlfriend a long hug while whispering something I couldn't hear. As I drove away from the terminal, my girlfriend looked at me and said, "I'm so sorry, that was horrible." We got home, and I immediately went to check on the GTO. Everything was fine, thank God. My girlfriend helped me put the garage back in order, and we spent the rest of the day just decompressing. Later that evening, she told me that her mom had texted her saying they made it home safe but didn't mention me once. No thank you, no acknowledgement, nothing. The kicker? 2 days later, her dad posted photos on Facebook of them at some tourist spots with captions like California dreaming and living our best life in LA. People were commenting about how lucky they were and what a great trip they must have had. My girlfriend and I are still together, and we're stronger for it, honestly. But we've agreed, her parents are getting a hotel next time, if there even is a next time.